Once again, seem to be apologising a lot at the minute. I've not put an awful lot of content out at the minute. I think I explained recently there's been a lot going on. Lots of childcare over the holidays and things like this. This is the first morning of actually God's Bank Holiday Monday, 5th of May. And I've got a morning to myself, which is very unusual at the minute. I've got my daughter later this afternoon. So I am going to go out and actually do some work on the bike, which I've not done for a few weeks now, actually. It's just not taken up any, I've just not had time to do it. The other thing is, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, because I know, I haven't got a particularly sophisticated kind of YouTube setup. I film these things on my phone and just use my laptop to upload them onto YouTube. When I first started doing it, uploads was dead straightforward. Even a half-hour video took maybe 20 minutes to upload, but now like a 5-minute video is taking over an hour. What is it? Is it just something else at the YouTube side? Because I'm not aware my broadband connection is any tighter, if you like, or anything else. But anyway, so it's just made things a little bit more difficult, really, I guess. The other thing I'd say is, I think I mentioned I was taking my daughter to go and see Bluey at the Ribble Valley Railway, which we did on Saturday gone. And I have to say it was it was great. Nice for me going on a steam train. I like that kind of stuff. But she loved it. She really loved it. But the other thing is I spied out the corner of my eye an old Honda. I think it was a mid-60s Honda. I have to say, because I couldn't get to it, I put a photo up. I couldn't actually get to it, so I had to kind of zoom in using my phone. But it was beautiful. Like, even from a distance, I could tell it looked close to concourse. But the great thing is, it was being used, and that's what I liked about it. It had tyres on. I could see, they've all got tyres on. What I'm saying is, it had tyres on. I could see it was actually being used. Like, so it had chicken strips on, which I think, to be honest, most bikes have, really. But I could see it. It was lovely, the fact that this thing was being used as it was intended to, and someone's obviously lavished kind of care and attention on it. So yeah, it's a bit like my bike. I'm getting close to the stage now where I'm doing the paint work, and for many people, that's the kind of the defining point of a recommissioning or a restoration, what it looks like, and I'm actually going to attempt to do it myself. Initially, I was thinking, okay, I'll get a pro to do it, but then I thought, well, no, this is the whole point of doing this thing. Yeah, I don't expect perfection, and I like the idea that I can do as much of it as I can. And certainly up to now, I've not needed any kind of external expertise. I used my brothers to help me with the exhaust, purely because I couldn't do it by myself. They are long pipes, and you need one person at each end. So now everything has been done on it by myself, so I'm pleased about that. So yeah. I just wanted to say, I will be putting up some content. I say I'll try to do some today. This is going up today anyway. No, that's not much and everything. But okay, want to ponder. It'd be nice if you could put some kind of comments in the chat. And what I was thinking is, like, the one that got away. What bike do you regret selling? I've got two that I regret selling, and one that got stolen, which I really regret. And I've had lots of bikes. I can't remember, but you know, I've been riding all my life, effectively all my adult life. Yeah, the most recent bike I regret selling was the 883 Harley, purely because it was very different from most of the other stuff I've got or had. And it was a nice bike as well. It was well put together. It was kind of quite enjoyable to use, to potter around on. Uh, I sold that purely because we were living in Cumbria when I had it, and as part of the move where I was going, we didn't have kind of garage space or anything. We were going into kind of temporary accommodation before I I was able to collect this place where I'm at now, and so I just sold it. But I think, oh God, I regret selling that. I do wish when I'd bought it, I'd have hung out and gone for the 1200 version. But I went for the 883, which was okay. And it sounds weird, doesn't it? An 883 engine being underpowered, but it was underpowered in that bike. Actually, it needed the 1200. The other bike, like I said, the only bike I've owned twice is a Royal Enfield Continental GT, the 535. I like it because it's very pretty. I had that bike once in red, sold it, regretted selling it and bought it again in yellow. That's the one I've recently sold again, actually. So I don't think I'll get it again. It was nice. It was a really pretty bike, but the thing that I was really kind of not concerned, it was always on my mind with that bike, it was form over function. I liked it purely because it looked nice, like so. It rode okay as well. Actually, it was good fun to ride. But you know, if you're doing any kind of distance, any kind of speed, you know, it wasn't always pleasant. The vibrations, the noise, uh, and you know, you're aware that the bike was operating at the very edge edge of its kind of capability. And you know, when you're doing that for any length of time, things happen. So that's why I sold it, and I just thought I'm going to concentrate on a bike because I don't get the time to do an awful lot of riding. I thought I might as well get a bike that I like and I can spend as much time, you know, tinkering and playing with it as I can ride. And that's why I got the CB750. It's been a good bike for me, and I think I want to keep that bike actually. But the bike, obviously, I had a Fireblade, Millennium Fireblade, a 929, and that got stolen from me while it was parked at work. So obviously, I'm really regretful about that. I do suspect I would have sold it at some point if I'd have kept, you know, if I'd had hold of it. But I regret that. But I think the one I regret selling the most out of all the bikes I've owned, and I wish, God, why didn't I keep hold of that bike, was a Honda 404. I think it was oh God, I can't remember, it was mid-70s anyway, but I can't remember the year. But it was the 404, so the baby brother of the CB750, if you like. It didn't have the original pipes on it, those kind of sweeping. If you know the CB404, you'll know what the pipes I'm talking about. It had an aftermarket set of pipes on, so it was non-standard. But it was a lovely bike. It was a really nice bike to ride, actually. And I think the reason I got rid of it was purely because I was having a clear out. It was at a time when I had three bikes. Um, and I think I've mentioned before, I don't really like having more than one if I can help it, because otherwise my attention is diverted. But I wish they'd have kept that bike actually, because you know, I did a very light restoration on it. It was more like recommissioning really, but I think it would have been a nice labour of love to have done something over a longer period of time with it. Anyway, so just a very quick video this morning, but really good. If you can like, subscribe, and put in your comments, you know, your one that got away. Okay. See you soon. Bye bye.